Hello, Pisces. Welcome to Lotus Heart Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to dive right on in today. Let's see, what do we have for Pisces? Please, Spirit, show us, what does Pisces need to know? What does Pisces need to know right now? For Pisces. Wow, all right. For Pisces, please, Spirit. All right, Pisces, these two want us to look at them, but how funny. I say that's funny because I was actually like just sketching out a painting. I don't know if you can see it, but I literally just drew that. Okay. Um, so what we see in the center of the deck now, these two energies did not come out for us to really read, but we need to look at them because they stood out from the deck. We have Locust Expansion and Firefly Brilliance. Pisces, I feel this energy. If you're not in this energy right now or starting to experience this energy right now, I feel like it is just a matter of time. Keep in mind this is a general collective and we're all on different timelines, right? But there is something for you to be looking forward to. There's some growth, some expansion. I feel the energy of being poised, ready to jump, ready to take a leap of faith. And with brilliance, it's like this is a moment for you, for sure, Pisces. Okay, now on the bottom of the deck, we have the energy of the eagle, higher vision. And that is almost giving me high priestess, high priestess vibes. But oh wow, look at that. Well, with the goddess and the eagle, it's definitely giving me high priestess vibes. But what I was going to say is, when we zoom out, it really helps a lot of the time. And it's, sometimes it's a difficult thing. And sometimes we just really don't have time or energy to do it. Although, I don't know, it might be worthwhile to make time because zooming out just really changes everything. It gives you a completely new perspective. When we're down in it and we're kind of living our lives and we're in a routine or we've gotten into a bit of a comfort zone or whatever, we're not really asking ourselves challenging questions. We're not really we're just in it. We're just doing it. But when we zoom out, it's like we can almost see like all the possibilities that are around us that we can't see. I don't want to get too deep too quick, but Carolyn Miss, she's amazing. If you don't know who she is, I used the archetype deck yesterday. She made that archetype deck. She's brilliant. She is quite a fierce woman, incredibly brilliant. But she's a doctor and she started her own publishing company and she's a baller. Anyway, she has this, I watched her give a talk one time and she was saying, when you think about war and stuff and you think about like where's the general, where's the person that's putting together the plan or the strategy for the war, they're up high. They have watchtowers, they have, you know what I mean? And this is so, they can see the bigger picture. So they can kind of take it all in and make the most informed and best plan, right? And, as people, we're kind of on the ground floor most of the time, right? We're kind of just down in it, doing it. And part of that is just necessary. Part of that's just the way life is. But if we make time to sort of just take a higher perspective and really look at our life and really evaluate for a second how our needs are being met, how our desires are being met, if we're pursuing things that interest us, if we're feeding our soul, if we're balanced body, mind, and spirit, if not, then how, then when, there's all these things like as people that we want to do, and sometimes we don't think about it. Like, I'd like to go visit more museums, but I do absolutely nothing in my daily life to go visit more museums, even though I find them incredibly inspiring and thought provoking and interesting. I don't do it, even though I want to, and even though, I probably could if I made time for it. So there's like all these things in life that we sort of just go, oh, I want to do that, but then we don't. But when we go and we take that higher level vision and we kind of look at the grander landscape of our life and we ask ourselves, is this fulfilling me? Okay, what parts and pieces can I move to make more space and more time for the things that make me feel fulfilled, for the things that make me feel happy? It's, in some cases, it's a kind of a minor adjustment, but it makes such a big difference about how we feel about ourselves, about the direction we're going, about the energy and attitude that we're going there with our vibration. And, it's just kind of pivotal to sort of just empower ourselves from time to time and just take in the landscape of our life from a very big perspective. And just give ourselves the chance to make a plan, make a strategy, to be super informed about ourselves and where we're headed with this goddess energy and the empowerment. This is a really strong yogic stance. It's actually kind of hard to hold for a period of time to maintain balance and focus, but it's an energy of strength. It's an energy of, I've taken all my power back because it's taking all of my power to stand like this for this long. We realize what we can do, what we're capable of, when we have our full resources at our disposal. And a lot of times in life, we have a lot of energy leaks, where we're just leaking our energy here, we're leaking our energy there. We got that friend that wants to vent every single day over lunch. We're not getting the peace, we're not getting the quiet, we're not, taking a nice walk or whatever that we could be instead. We're leaking our energy. It's not really helping, you in any way. And it's probably, I don't know, the sense that I got from the impression I got was that this is someone that's always going to have a problem and probably is never going to take super solid advice. You know what I mean? Kind of an energy. So when we take our power back and we have a plan, we have a strategy, and we're looking from our higher level perspective and we're connected to our highest and best self, it's incredible what we can see that's available to us. All right. So I feel like this is where you are. And I feel like, we saw that poised energy. This is someone who's definitely gathering their strength and gathering their plan to be able to get into that poised energy, to take that leap of faith, to expand, to grow, to shine. But let's see. I don't know. I grabbed these cards, which surprised me, but I did. And then I thought twice about it, but I kept them. So we'll see how this goes. All right, you were right. I wish to be like you. It is dark without you. I am better with my mind than my heart. Okay, so I feel like Pisces, you were dealing with someone who, this you were right kind of feels like something that this person would never really say out loud. You know what I mean? It feels like this may have been someone who was in their ego or was stubborn or was arrogant or, no label needed. They just were not able to acknowledge that maybe some of the ways that you looked at things or thought about things or some of the things that you said, even to them, even about the connection, even whatever, might have been right, I feel like this person, there's a sense of envy here. It's surprising because I don't think that you would maybe necessarily think that. But I'm seriously picking up on it of just someone who really looks at you and admires you. These feel like things that this person could never say to you. I just keep getting that. I just keep getting that feeling. This is almost like the heart chakra color into the throat chakra. We associate the heart chakra with pink and white as well as green on traditional chakra charts. Did I say carts? I don't know. That could be a thing. But anyway, this feels like this energy where it just gets stuck. Like this person just can't acknowledge these things, just can't say these things. So, it's like they see it, they know it, but they're not able to say it. And I think there are some things where it's like this person, I keep going back to this energy. I think it was yesterday, it may have come up in the Pisces reading about how you are a free spirit, how you do march to the beat of your own drum, and how, a lot of people don't have that kind of courage. And, everybody wants to be the individual that they're meant to be somewhere deep inside. You know what I mean? Like somewhere in there is a soul that is yearning to be free, to express itself and to be living in its most audacious form. You know what I mean? Um, but we hold it back, we repress it to fit into, have friends, to be popular, to, be a part of the crowd sometimes. But Pisces really has a tendency to be the pillar of consciousness and to be like, no, I'm cool. You have friends. I'm not saying you don't have friends, but it's you're not going to have friends at the expense of, chopping pieces of yourself off, or, not expressing yourself in some way. um you're not going to give up your favorite playlist to fit into a crowd. Like you're a Pisces. That's how I feel about it. Or your favorite artist, or your favorite, like any of those things. All right. And it is dark without you. And it's like, I feel like this person misses you. And they're trying to say that, they're I don't know if they're trying to say that, but it's like they yearn to say that. They want to be free, to be able to say things like that. I don't know, this person is seriously repressed, or like really holding back in a big way, or they really struggle to express themselves. I feel an energy of like the strength card, where it's like someone is either resisting, or they're looking for or lacking the courage to be able to acknowledge their truth, kind of an energy. So this could be someone who experienced some kind of like emotional neglect as a child or something like that. On the bottom of the deck, it says, I'm better with my mind than my heart. So this is someone where it's like, when it's logical and analytical, they're in it. They may be really proficient at running their own business or their job or their career. They may be highly respected even, but when it comes to just being able to say, I feel this way, or, you were right, anything where it would be a challenge to their ego or their sense of self, or um, would go against the grain or something like that. I get they're just, it's just stays lodged in the throat chakra. There's just such a blockage right there, I feel like. All right, let's go a little bit deeper. Okay, so you may be dealing with someone that's a little codependent or anxious. Um, or you may be. There's a very strong connection here. You have twin flame coming out. Whether or not this is a twin flame, whether or not you believe it, whether or not you want to label anything, that is entirely up to you. I'm going to call it a deep soul connection. Your partner is your twin flame who is here to help you grow spiritually. So, this is a deep soul connection, and that has a purpose, for being in your life. And, I feel someone that really does want to open their heart, and someone who does really want to reach out, or, it's like they with this flirtation energy, it's like I kind of want to ignore the past, or just turn my back on the past, or not admit it, and just sort of show up in this super cute energy, and sort of, be able to like move beyond where we were. So there is this sort of like childish or immature sort of energy that I'm picking up on. it feels, this feels like someone who was like emotionally neglected as a child, like, to be honest. Like, I hate to be super specific because these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If it's not that and you know what it is or whatever, feel free, listen to your own intuition and go with what you know to be true, right? But I feel someone who can be a little bit anxious. And you know it's interesting because you know um I feel like with this open heart energy, Pisces, for you to really open your heart to someone is sort of a big step. For you to let someone in to your inner sanctum is kind of a big deal. I feel like it's more so a big deal with Pisces than it is with a lot of other signs, because you are going to love someone unconditionally. If they make it that far, you're going to love them unconditionally. And that's a hard thing to we're dealing with a lot of wounded people out there. And when you're going to love someone unconditionally and they're wounded, and you know um it's a big risk to take, right? And so I feel like, you were opening your heart, you were letting someone in. And I feel like this person may have been a bit codependent or a bit anxious. It's like I feel the energy of you feeling like someone knows what it means when you just let them in. That they know that means like, this is the biggest amount of love that I have for you. But when you're dealing with someone who has been emotionally neglected, there's the sense of, I need constant reassurance. I need to know how you feel. I need you to never change the inflection of your voice. I need you to never enter a room in a different energy. I need you to know, because like if you do any of those things, I'm going to read that as it's directed at me, and I'm going to get anxious, and I'm going to break up, or I'm going to take kind of a reckless action, because obviously this person can't communicate. You know what I mean? They can't express themselves. So it's like they're looking for reassurance. And for you, it's like, oh my gosh, there is no bigger way that I can express to you how I feel than by just opening up to you. Do you see what I'm saying? Like how worthy you are, how important you are, how special you are. So I feel like a difference here in love language or something like that. Take it as it resonates. Um, but I really do feel this sense of someone who really does like you a lot, Pisces, and who is really feeling your absence, and who I feel like they really admire you. Truthfully, I feel like they wish they could be more like you, but they're very logical and analytical, and they live in sort of a black and white space. They don't allow themselves to really see the shades of gray. They're not really brave enough to. I just keep getting that. All right, let's dive into the tarot, shall we, Pisces? You have the Six of Swords with the Ace of Wands. Wow, with the Two of Wands, with the Seven of Rings. Wow, with the Page of Cups. With Temperance. Wow. All right. Well, this has definitely been a long time in coming, or this is something that, with seven rings and temperance here, this is like, it could only come together when it could come together. This isn't something that we could, get together before we were ready and make it work. It's like it required what it required in order to get to the space where we actually had the opportunity to choose it. And it feels like there's a huge separation between when the opportunity is presented as the Ace of Wands and when the decision or the ability to make the decision or the choice appears. You feel what I'm saying? Because you have the Seven of Rings and Temperance here, and these are energies that require a lot of patience. The Seven of Rings is that energy of, we don't eat the fruit the same day we plant the seed, right? We're just planting it and we're tending to it. In this, we're investing. But our investments don't pay off the next second that we make it, right after we made it. So there's just this energy of like it takes as long as it takes, and temperance is a very slow energy of a little bit and a little bit and then a little bit and a little bit and then a little bit and a little bit until we're completely mixed and cohesive, until we've completely come together, right? And temperance is an energy that is healing, recentering, rebalancing, grounding. And so there's clearly, and this is a lengthy process. It just is. So there is definitely an energy here of a process that takes a long time. So for some of you, you may have been waiting a long, long time. And with that Six of Swords, it's like you have had to come to a place of peace. If it comes, it comes. If it goes, it goes. From the Course in Miracles, my yoga teacher always adds on, if it doesn't come, it doesn't come. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. And I love that. I just don't feel like it's complete without that. So it's coming to a place of peace with all the possibilities. It's like, okay, I was given this potential and I really, really want it. I'm really, really drawn to it. I'm really, really attracted to it. And it feels like it aligns with my soul. This isn't just like, oh yeah, they're cute. This is like, no, this is my soul. And then there's some huge length of time we have to go through, many steps, many processes, with the seven rings. We have to invest, we have to figure it out. When you think about what has to happen before you get to the Seven of Rings, right? You have to get the opportunity, then you have to question everything, and you have to decide, am I going to choose love or am I going to choose fear with this? And with all those rings stacked up, it feels like, well, we've chosen fear a few times. You know what I mean? And with the Three of Pentacles, it's like, okay, can we come together? Can we have a vision? Can we make a plan? Can we actually put it into work? And then with the Four of Pentacles, it's like, okay, are we going to choose this? Are we going to put our energy and our resources into building a really super strong foundation for what we are going to do? And in the Five of Pentacles, it's the energy of like, can we face our fears? Can we overcome a fear of abandonment, a fear of intimacy? We all have those fears. It's just a question of where do you fall on the spectrum? How bad is your fear? And so, it requires us to face those fears within ourselves in order to be able to step up and make the choice to choose a connection. Because we have to be in the Six of Pentacles in order to make that choice, because we have to be able to balance it out. The universe doesn't support something that's imbalanced. It just can't survive. It's not sustainable. So we've got to get to that place where, okay, we are both capable of showing up for this relationship. Okay, we're both capable of giving and of taking. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like we have passed through many tests. We have passed through many, many issues to find ourselves, at the other side where we're able. I mean, you can almost even see, it's like, just imagine it, all these rings going through the last ring, leading to this Two of Wands energy, the opportunity to close in on what we really want, to make it to, that magical place in this relationship. And then you have the Page of Cups, and this is talking about, our true authentic selves and what our hearts want and being able to friggin' express it, being able to own it, being able to claim it, being able to support it, Let's clarify it. Yeah. So you have the Five of Cups in reverse going into the Six of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck, you have the Hermit energy. So the Five of Cups in reverse going to the Six of Swords, it's like, I cannot reflect on the past anymore. I've got to let go, or I've got to change my narrative. I've got to change directions. I've got to turn towards that Two of Cups. And, you know, the thing is, in order to stop focusing on it, in order to stop thinking about it and having tons of intrusive thoughts about it, you've got to be able to come to a place of peace with, if it comes, it comes. If it goes, it goes. And once you come to a place of peace with that and you surrender it to the divine and you believe that the divine is actually going to care for it in the highest and best, you can really come to a place of peace with it. And you can really, you know, let go of the need to focus on the past so much, and you can turn your focus toward what it is you want, what it is you're trying to manifest, what it is you're trying to create. Wow, underneath the Hermit, the Empress. So, you know, this is about, you know, being able to come to a place of peace with the past so that we can turn toward the future with hope, with this sense of, you know, we're creating this. What do I want to create? What is the Ace of Wands? The King of Swords. Wow. If lest we forgot, I am better with my mind than my heart. With the, let's see what this is. The Five of Wands. So now we have two fives on the bottom of the deck. So the obstacle, well, not to call anyone out and not to blame anyone, but there's a King of Swords energy here on aisle 1 who may be the reason why this is blocked. Yeah, the Two of Pentacles underneath it. See, we talked about the Seven of Pentacles, right? And we talked about the energy of the Two of Pentacles where there's this need. Oh, wait, this is the Seven of Pentacles. Oh, okay, amazing. Wow. Okay, so the block is it takes as long as it takes. This person is head over heart. Page of Pentacles underneath that. This person's got spiritual lessons to learn. They've got to learn how to prioritize something above their mental body. You know, our when you think about it, right? And you think about like, okay, you meet someone new, right? And you're trying to figure out how this person, what level of accessibility you're going to give to this person. Like, how much do you trust this person? What, you know, you're looking at this person in total, right? You think about it in terms of the wands, the cups, the swords, and the pentacles, right? So how does your gut react to this person is a really important thing to know when you're meeting someone. That is highly informative. It's our first line of defense. If someone is a psychopath or a serial killer, chances are we are going to feel it in our gut. And we just have to have the strength and the courage to listen to our gut and to trust our gut. Okay, so the pentacles, that's super important, right? Then you have the cups. How do I feel when I'm with this person? Does this person make me feel happy? Do they make me feel, you know, excited? Do they make me feel, you know, nervous? Do they make me feel anxious? Do they make me feel judged? Do they make me feel sad? Do they make me feel inadequate? How does this person make me feel? That's a very, very, very important thing when we're sizing up meeting someone for the first time, right? Then there's the energy of the wands, which is, you know, do I desire this person? Does this person excite me? Does this person make me inspire me? Does this person, are they connected to my soul path? You know, all of those reactions, right? That's important, right? Then there's the swords. And that's, what do I think about this person? And I would argue that the swords is the least important, even though a lot of people might think that that's really important. But our intuition, our gut instinct, and how we feel about somebody, those are far better, more honest, more accurate interpretations of another person that are going to be closer to us seeing them in our highest and best than what we think about the person. So our thinking mind judges the person. Our thinking mind, um, thinks about all the ways in which this person could hurt us or help us. Our thinking mind is kind of driven by our ego, right? So that's all reflected in all of those things. It's not exactly, unbiased. It's not that we shouldn't think about people, um, but it might be the least best indicator of who a person is or what the potential is in the situation. And with this King of Swords, it's like this is the most important thing to this person. So I can almost promise you that this person is analyzing how are other people going to see this. Their mind goes into hyperdrive. They're probably an overthinker. What are all the ways in which this person could see me? How are all the things that could happen that could make me look stupid or foolish? How, da 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 da. And you know what? Feelings probably falls into that foolish category, right? If I develop feelings for this person and then this person hurts me and then, I can't get over it or I can't move beyond it, well, then, or, it turns me into a blubbering idiot, then that is a potential that I probably need to protect myself from when you're a King of Swords. So, and you're not probably even thinking about your gut instinct. You're not probably thinking about how this person fits into your soul path or your spiritual journey. You're not thinking about, where your intuition is probably talking, but it's much more quiet than the loud voice of your mental body. So you probably don't hear it through all that other noise, right? So there's just this energy of this person needing to release that. This person needing to, the King of Swords serves you well, like at work. And it serves you well when you're making decisions about, signing contracts or, what moves to make financially or whatever. Your King of Swords energy is going to be a real asset to you. But when it comes to matters of the heart, when it comes to interpersonal meeting, and I want to know how I feel about the situation, it's going to lead you astray all the time, and it's actually even got the potential to really take you off course. And so when this meeting happened, this person was in an energy where they were judging it, where they were skeptical of it, where they were really, it's like, I might desire this, but then let me analyze it, and that's not going to take you very far when it comes to matters of the heart. And so I feel like that's what led to this big gap. And when someone's a king, that means they've mastered this. They've mastered this way of being. And so they're very leery to give up this energy or to take a different perspective or to approach something in a different way. However, here with the Five of Wands, it's like, I don't want to say it's a temporary blockage because, there are Five of Wands that can be left up forever, right? But it is an energy that can be temporary, right? It's not a major arcana, it's a minor arcana. It's a daily energy that we encounter. It can even mean, conflict, chaos, drama. This person may have actually even been someone who kind of liked to keep this type of energy around them, to keep the focus off of them. If you don't want to do your shadow work, or, if you're not a feeling person and you've been wounded and you struggle to express yourself emotionally, then you might want to keep, situations that don't require you to do that, that aren't going to expose that weakness. You feel what I'm saying? And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like you have to really want something and figure out that the energy you approached it with was wrong or created some kind of blockage that prevented you from having something that you really wanted. in order to figure out how to invest, in order to figure out how to plant the seeds for change, or in order to kind of go back to the garden and go, okay, you know what? I didn't get the result that I actually wanted. I was interested in this situation. How do I, remove these barriers? How do I, I have to take a deeper look at what I'm growing in my garden, and I have to get rid of the things that are not supportive of me having what I want. And so what are those things? Well, okay, this clump of limiting beliefs over here, this clump of judgmental friends over here, this clump of critical family over here. Okay, this job that doesn't support me being in a relationship because I don't ever stop working, that needs to go. You know what I mean? You have to start evaluating. And with the Page of Pentacles underneath that, I mean, I feel like there are spiritual lessons that were learned here. Like maybe the King of Swords isn't the right approach when you really do want something. The King of Swords is far more likely to cut something off or edit it than it is to grab hold of it and embrace it. All right, let's look at the Seven of Rings over here. You have the Four of Wands. Yeah, it's like we know this potential exists. Wow, with the Ace of Cups underneath it. So, okay, I feel like there can be another opportunity for something solid and stable happening in this connection, but I think it is a matter of time. I think it is divine timing. It is, this person realizing that they can't approach this type of connection, or they can't approach even like this type of opportunity or choice in life from this perspective. It's not going to serve the highest and best good. What is the Two of Wands for Pisces? Okay, you have the Six of Swords with the Knight of Wands in reverse with the King of Wands. Wow. On the bottom of the deck. Okay, so we've got a new energy here. I can't believe that actually happened. But we've got a new energy here. And the King of Wands, I mean, this is something that you want. So what's the right energy to go after it with? The King of Wands, right? The energy of I know what I want and I'm going after it, and I'm not going to let anything stop me. So when we hit this choice point, hey, we know what choice we're making because we know what we want and we're going after it. We're making the choices that support that. With the Six of Swords coming out again, this is someone who has had to make peace with their own mind, with their own way of thinking, so that with the Knight of Wands in reverse, they don't have to keep running away from crap because they can't express themselves, and they don't want to get in a situation that exposes their vulnerability or some kind of weakness here. So this is someone that's had to kind of come to a place of peace with themselves and release a former way of navigating that was very in and out, very unreliable, and very, it just did not serve the greater good of what this person actually wanted with the Ace of Wands. But this energy of the King of Wands versus either the Knight of Wands or the King of Swords is a much better energy. Much better energy because it's cohesive. It works with the Ace of Wands. It's like, okay, I've mastered my desires. I do know what I want, and I'm the kind of person now that like goes for it. So when I'm faced with this choice point of the Two of Wands, I know exactly which wand to pick. I know exactly what I'm doing. And really, that's what we want. We want someone to approach us in that energy, Gosh. The Page of Cups with the Sun, with the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So here we have this energy of the Page of Cups, which is our authentic truth. Like, that is what it is for me. I mean, it can be a lot of different things, but like in this case, it feels like our true authentic self. It can even be an apology, or it can even be for this person expressing their heart in any way. So it may not sound like, here's how I feel about you, here's what I want in the future. It may sound like someone who is, telling you something they've never told someone else before, or, it may be, maybe this person is the type of person that's never come back around before. Maybe this is the type of person that's never changed for anybody. Maybe this is the type of person that's only ever approached people in the energy of the King of Swords as long as they've been an adult. You know what I mean? But this person, they're recognizing that in order for them to have their happiness and in order to heal the situation, they have to be able to express their true feelings. And so this person is like emerging in an energy that I feel like they have never been in before. It just may not be the same as, you know, kind of like what we would normally associate with someone expressing their feelings. It's not necessarily a Hallmark card. You know what I mean? But it feels honest and it feels truthful and it feels like an admission of some type. And this is this person stepping into their power with the Emperor energy. This is this person saying, okay, you know what? I figured it out. I've gone through the process and now I'm in this elevated energy of my divine masculine, which whether you're a masculine or a feminine, you know, whether we're talking about that here, it's irrelevant. It's the energy of being able to make decisions that serve the greater good, having the bravery and the courage to do what is right for everyone. And with the sun card here, you know, owning our own happiness, claiming our happiness, going for our happiness, especially when we're someone that probably was emotionally neglected or, you know, experienced some kind of abandonment on some level. You know, that's not an easy victory to make, you know what I mean? So I do feel like it has taken a lot of time, but I do feel like time has, I just got that, like, time has changed me. But I don't even know what song that comes from, but it's like, you know, you may have someone coming into the scene here that is in a different energy. And like for some of you, it's like you may not expect, like, it may not be the person that you are thinking it is or were initially thinking it was or something like that. I don't know why I'm getting that. Or it can just be that, like, the person is energetically so different. All right, Pisces. This is what I have for you. Let me get you some message cards. And let's see. For Pisces dealing with a water sign. My heart aches for you. I haven't given up. You know in your heart I am always there. Be blessed on this winding journey home. You're dealing with a fire sign. The best is yet to come. Distance can't stop us. I can't fight this feeling anymore. I won't leave you again. I share your pain. And if you're dealing with an earth sign, you're getting, have faith. We planned this before we were born. Surrender to the situation. Stop focusing on when. I'm certain our union will happen. And if you are dealing with an air sign, you're getting, I miss us. I am so close you don't even know it. I can't wait for the day when I can call you my wife, and I need to be alone right now. Pisces, this is what I have for you. I really hope it helps. I hope it brings you some peace and clarity. If it does, let me know. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I really do love to hear from you guys. Until next time, all my best. Bye-bye.